Hi kindergartners, Mrs. Parsons here again this week with a new project for you. This week we're going to be talking about pattern. Now pattern is something that repeats over and over back and forth, and we started talking about pattern a little bit before we left, but we're going to go back to pattern again. So pattern would be like the curtains behind me with the light blue and then the darker blue and light blue, darker blue, light blue, darker blue. We're going to be doing pattern, except we're going to be looking at something that we've had to deal with a lot lately, which is rain and umbrellas. So you're going to need a white paper, some colored pencils or some markers are going to work best for this. If you have crayons, those will work too, but colored pencils or markers are going to be the best, and maybe an eraser. Grab those things and we'll get started. So this is our project for the week. You can see we have our umbrella, lots of rain, and in our umbrella, each section has a different pattern. We're going to talk about the patterns in a little bit, but first we're going to start by drawing the umbrella. Don't even worry about the rain right now. We need to draw the top of the umbrella. The handle is going to be the easy part. So grab a white paper. We're going to hold it vertical like an ice cream cone, not horizontal like a banana split, vertical like an ice cream cone. At the top half of your paper, so pretend that your paper is folded in half like a card. We want to just stick to the top half. What I want you to do is go up here and you're going to draw an upside down U. And you want it to be pretty big so that we have room for all the sections of pattern that we're going to be putting in here. And if it's easier, turn your paper upside down so you can draw a U, a normal U. And then just turn it upside down, you have an upside down U. So if you can't draw upside down, draw it the right way, and then just flip your paper, okay? Then you're gonna go to the middle of your U here, okay? So here are my ends, I'm gonna go to the middle. See if you might need an adult to help you figure out where the middle is about on your umbrella. And you're gonna draw a line straight up the middle, okay? Now we can start adding these smaller U's to make the bottom of our umbrella. And you can see they just look like littler U's at the bottom, but there's 3 of them in a row. So we're just gonna go 1, 2, and the third one should touch that straight line we drew in the middle. On this side, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and it's gonna touch the other side of our U, okay? So now we have our scalloped bottom. We have the line for the middle. We just need to draw the lines for the other sections and we'll be ready to start filling our patterns in after we draw the handle. So go to the scallop next to our straight line. And it's gonna curve just a little bit because all of these lines are gonna start where the 2 small U's meet, but then they're gonna all touch this top of the straight line. So I start here, and it curves up just a little bit to that line. Same thing with the other side. Start at that where the 2 U's meet, curve it up to the top there. Same with this one, start at where the 2 U's meet, curve it up, and you can see I'm kind of following the curve of the outside of my U. So now I have the different sections of my umbrella. I need to make the handle. The handle comes straight down, and again, there's that U at the bottom to make the handle. So I start where that straight line is, and I come down. I'm going to draw 2 lines next to each other so that the handle of the umbrella looks like something we can really hold. Then I come to the bottom and make a U. And there's the handle of my umbrella, okay? Once you have that, you're gonna wanna take a black marker. Now I'm gonna use a Sharpie because that's what I have, but if you don't have a black Sharpie, use a regular black marker, a black colored pencil, a black pen, anything like that you might have around. And you're going to trace very carefully on those pencil lines that we drew for our umbrella. So we're gonna trace over the big U that we made first. Trace all these little small U's in a row that we have for the bottom of our umbrella. And then trace the lines for the different sections. You're also going to want to trace the handle for your umbrella. And then we're ready to start filling the pattern in. Now on each of my sections, I have a different pattern and I did each one with a different color. You're gonna wanna try and use something that has a small point to do our patterns because it's not our super big area. That's why I said either markers or colored pencils because you can get them with a smaller point. So I'm even using a thin point marker. The fatter markers like this, you're gonna be able to make a pattern, but it might start to blend together and might not be able to see it so well. That's why a thin one is the best. I am going to use this thick brown marker though to carefully color the handle of my umbrella in. You don't have to color yours brown if you don't want to. Feel free to use your favorite color or whatever color you want your umbrella to be, because we are going to make these very colorful. So I'm going to carefully color inside the lines here. And then I'm going to start filling patterns in each section. So the first section I'm going to do, I'm just going to start drawing a whole bunch of little circles. Some might be a little bit bigger than others. Some might be a little bit smaller. I'm just going to draw a bunch of different circles in here. And I'm filling it up. Now, if you want, you can even color some of these circles in and leave some of them white so they look more like polka dots. Really up to you. And you don't have to do the exact same patterns I'm doing here. If you go back to the screen where you found this video, you'll see that I included a couple different ideas of patterns for you because I know sometimes our brain doesn't want to think of patterns. So I gave you some sheets to help you get some ideas for some patterns. Now you would fill that whole section in, but I'm not going to take all your time watching me do that. Then I'm going to pick a different color because, like I said, we want our umbrellas to be really colorful. In this one, I think I'm going to do a zigzag line. So a zigzag line is just like triangle lines up and down. Now I'm doing this in marker right away, but if you want, you can always do it in pencil first and then trace over it with the marker, just in case you're afraid you'll make a mistake. Remember, Mrs. Parsons has a lot of practice, but even I still make some mistakes. So there's one more section done. I'll take a different color, and this time I'm going to just draw some straight lines inside the section. Because remember, stripes is also a pattern. And if you don't have a ruler, you don't have to use a ruler. You can just draw straight lines. But I have one here, so I'm going to use it. And I'm just going to fill that whole section in. That one will be all stripes. Now the next one, maybe I'll do some scallops where I draw half circles, and then I draw half circles between those, and half circles between those. And I just keep going up and up, filling my section with those half circles. So look around your house, look in your closet, see what different kinds of patterns you can find to put in these different sections of your umbrella. Remember, you don't have to use the patterns I'm using. I'd love for you to come up with some of your own patterns. I have those sheets to help you, but also look around. I'm sure there's a lot of patterns in your house that you can use as inspiration for this. Now, the next one, I think I'm gonna do little curly cues, little spirals. Just like I did with the circles over here. I'm gonna do all different sizes. Some are gonna curl around a lot. Some will just curl around a little bit. And again, you're gonna continue filling that whole section in, just like I did on this one. I just don't wanna have you guys watching me fill this whole thing in, or I'll take all your time up. Now for the last one, I'm going to do like a crisscross checkerboard type thing. So I need to draw lines this way. So it almost looks like the one I did here, but wait till you see what I do next. That's going to make it look a lot different. So I would draw those lines the whole way up. Then I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to draw lines going the other way. And that gives it kind of a checkerboard grid pattern, just like that. Now, if you want, you can also add the rain coming down around your umbrella. For my example, I used a bunch of different colored blue markers, but you don't have to use blue. No one says your rain has to be blue. You can use a whole bunch of different colors and make the rain that way too. So to make a raindrop, all you're gonna do is draw this teardrop shape up and down in rows on your paper, okay? And a teardrop is a lot like an oval. The only difference is the top end is pointed together like the bottom of a heart. So I have an oval at the bottom and a point at the top, and then you have a teardrop or a raindrop. So if I wanted to do it with different colors, I would put my colors in a pattern. I'm just going to get these ready. So now these are all ready to go. Take my first color here, make a teardrop, raindrop, leave a little space. And you can color these in if you want. I'm just going to draw the outlines for now, but you could always color them in if you would like. And you would just keep going across the paper that way with all these little raindrops till it looked like it was really raining around your umbrella. I hope you have fun with your umbrella project this week. Remember to look around your house for some patterns. I'm sure there's some in your closet, some in your drawers. Just look around. There might even be some hanging on your walls. Make sure you put a different pattern in each section of your umbrella. And if mom and dad can send me a picture of it when you're all done, I'd love to see it. You guys came up with some great faces last week with all kinds of different things. I saw all different kinds of foods. I saw Legos. I saw all different kinds of things making faces, and they were great. I love seeing them. So keep the pictures coming. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.